Pat and Jeff and I were all working at Blizzard Entertainment, and we decided to start up this new company in February 2000. We really wanted to build a company that could focus on new experiences, trying new things, and that's what we were excited about, and that's why we built ArenaNet. We started in Pat's spare bedroom. There were 3 of us working out of Pat's spare bedroom. That summer we moved up to Seattle and worked out of the living room of my apartment. There were 7 of us, I think, working out of the living room. It was a hot summer with no air conditioning in a very small enclosed space. But we grew from there. We got our first offices in October of that year and just kept growing. We had just started a new company. We didn't want to just move across the street and have, that kind of revolving door atmosphere with Blizzard. We thought there was a line from the movie Hunt for Red October. When Cortez reached the New World, he burned his ships, and thus his men were well-motivated. We thought we should be well-motivated, too. There are not that many times in your life when you can create something new in a new place. And we thought, let's pick the best environment. And Seattle really has a thriving game development community. And of the various places we looked at, we thought Seattle has a great quality of life. It's a beautiful city. That's where we wanted to start.
I love Seattle. I love the Northwest. I was originally raised in the South in North Carolina, and then I lived in Los Angeles for about 8 years, which is about as much culture shock as you can get. And from there I moved up here, and all of the best parts of the South, the mountains and the outdoors, are mixed with all of the best parts of Los Angeles and California. We've got technology, we've got Microsoft, we've got all these advancements just going tremendously fast in the area. And the Northwest is really the best of both worlds.
And I absolutely love this area. It's a great place to be. Everybody's really just relaxed and has a kind of chill attitude about life.
The Northwest, what's cool about Seattle in general is every city I go to, they don't have near the culture that Seattle seems to have as far as food and beer.
We're never too far away from like an amazing hike or just beautiful coastline.
Mostly our approach to who we wanted to bring onto the company is we wanted to bring on people who were super passionate about what we were doing. In general, we want to be a company of gamers. We want to be our own audience. We want to be making the games we love, and we know they're going to be great because we love them.
Passionate gamers make passionate games.
Everyone is excited about our game, about what we're making, about other games that they're playing.
Programmers, artists, designers, tool developers, you name it. Everyone under this roof. It's a family effort. It's a product of love.
Everybody here is very passionate about what they do. Incredibly dedicated, not just to our project, but to games in general.
Everybody's really pushing each other to, make the game look as good as it can, but also on a personal level. We're challenging ourselves artistically, creatively, and because of that, the game's just better all around.
We've handpicked our artists and ended up, in my opinion, with one of the strongest art teams in the industry, which has been repeatedly proven by the numerous awards and successes our artists have had.
We also built ArenaNet to be a very collaborative environment.
They've always been really great about team building and collaboration, cooperation.
We now have like 250 people here, and when I first started it was about 30 people.
I certainly got them bigger. So the dynamics have changed a little bit just because the company has grown so much.
It's weird to walk down the hall and not know people and not know if those people actually work here or not. I'll walk past somebody and be like, could be somebody on the cleaning staff, could be somebody in game design, I don't know. I wonder what they do here.
There's a lot of new faces, but really we do work with the same team members. We're a tight-knit group of friends, and the collaboration and work environment hasn't changed at all.
We just try to be an environment where we're all collaborating. This is really not a big corporate hierarchy, bureaucratic company. This is a company where we all sit in the same room together, we all work together day after day, and just try to create this collaborative environment.
We all work in like pods and group environments, and so we got these groups of 8 to 10 people, and sometimes the rooms are bigger.
First of all, the founders have sat almost everywhere in the company.
2 of the 3 founders of the company sat at, they weren't even desks, they were just tables that were in a hallway.
The founders of the company grabbed a table and put it up in the hallway, and they just all sat there.
I mean, nobody at ArenaNet has an office even. Like, everybody's in an open space.
I've worked at a lot of places, and there's nowhere that I've ever worked where the three founders of the company would sit in the hallway and work.
But we tend to sit wherever we can do some good.
What makes ArenaNet truly special as far as development culture is the fact that it's a very art-centric environment.
ArenaNet works a lot through iteration. Everything that we make, we start at one point, but as it processes through different teams and even goes back to the original teams, the game changes, the skills change, the play of the game, the story, it all takes into account everybody's ideas, which is really the perfect way to do it, because one person can't come up with enough ideas to populate a world. But when we have a whole company of people who are excited about it working together, we can do some pretty phenomenal things.
I came on roughly halfway through the development process, and at that point the technology had been developed, but the art was pretty much just placeholder. So we started over and scrapped everything and all the art assets and rebuilt the entire game from scratch.
I've always said that we are creatively fearless. We are unafraid to go back and check what we've done, to iterate, to reiterate, to come up with new ideas, and if we come up with a new idea, to implement it without fear of the fact of, yes, we've worked for so long on this other way, just because, you know, it's in place doesn't make it the final piece.
We do encourage people to literally put aside time towards experiments that are pretty much predestined to fail. I think that planning and allowing for some failure is key to the creative process.
There's a lot of room for personal and creative freedom that ties into the shared vision.
The entire company rallies behind the product, and it's really great to see what we're able to accomplish.
ArenaNet is a company where I want our employees to reach out to our customers to say, you know, hi, I'm Mike. Hi, I'm Lindsay. Hi, I'm Isaiah. Get to know me as a person. Have a direct interaction with me as a developer. Let me know what you think about our games. We're making these games for you, for our customers. We should know what you think.
The feedback is so important, because then we can continue to react and respond to how they feed off of the stuff that we're doing.
You know, we're not a video game company, we're a community building company. And we just happen to have one of the coolest ways to build a community, which is through a video game.
People in Europe are crazy about the game, especially in Germany. It's like we have a massive following in Germany. So every time we go there for a convention or for some player meetings, it's like we are always greeted with such enthusiasm and love. It's like it's a huge market for us.
Europe is as core territory as you can get for us. If you don't have the community, you're not going to be successful. You need to make community a top priority.
We want to get out there and meet our fans. Actually, the great part about trade shows is not only are you meeting the fans, but a lot of times you're kind of meeting the fans again. You know, you saw them last year and you got to know them last year, and they come back and say, hi, remember me from last year? And you get to talk to them about their experiences playing the game. That's what we want.
We had to kind of sit tight after we did the announcement in 2007. We had that PC Gamer article, and then we just went dark for a couple of years. And so it's been really hard. We wanted to tell people so much. We've seen so much going on with the game. The biggest thing for me is the last couple of weeks where we actually got to pull the covers off and reveal some of the big stuff that we're working on. And fortunately, the MM audience has really taken it to heart, and the reaction's been awesome.
GuildWars 2 is so much bigger than anything we've ever built before, and the amount of content, the amount of work that's going into building this game, I feel like work-wise, it's the size of everything we've built before now, combined together into one game.
GuildWars 2 was a chance for us to take a step back, evaluate what we were able to accomplish with GuildWars 1, and kind of redirect where we wanted to take the series.
I think people will notice a pretty dramatic evolution.
I think we learned a lot of cool things in GuildWars 1, and it was such a big game, and there was so many crazy things that we tried that when GuildWars 2 came around, we basically all sat back and we just started writing down all the things that we did differently. And so there's all these things that we're trying to do differently. And so I'm really curious to see how all those pan out.
It is a whole new game that's going to blow people's mind.
I mean, first of all, I play the hell out of Guild Wars 2, and so I'm going to play all of the content in Guild Wars 2. And secondly, I hope our customers also. I hope fans, when they get to play this game, they don't limit themselves to one race. There's just too much to see.
I am going to play Char, because I'm the kind of girl that likes to rip people's heads off.
I will go Char all the way, yeah.
I'm going to lean towards the Char.
Probably Char.
I really want to play the Char.
I think they're the one race that is truly Guild Wars. They are unique unto themselves.
There is just something about that bestial, monstrous, a force to be reckoned with, just insane. You just can't beat that.
I'm going to play as a Char, because I want to be a badass.
Are you a badass?
No, I'm not, but I want to be one.
My daughter likes the Char, so I'll probably end up rolling a Char at first, and then maybe an Asura.
I'm probably going to play Char first, and then maybe Asura, and if I get around to it, maybe a human.
I'm going to play a Norn.
I'm probably going to play a Norn.
So I'm kind of an altaholic. I make a lot of alts, so I'll probably end up playing a Norn, I think, because transforming into a wolf just seems really cool to me.
I think I'm going to be playing probably the Norn because they're big and hairy like me, so I can relate.
I'm going to play as a human, because that's what I played in G-Lib 1.
My race, I have this image in Guild Wars now of Joe Hostile, and he was a human. And so my main guy will probably be a human, just to carry on and continue that persona I had in the original game.
Well, I have to say that so far the humans play a special role in my heart because of the outfits that I've done, the clothing.
I think I'll probably be playing Sylvari.
I'm leaning towards the Sylvari just because they still have a lot of mystery around them.
I like the Sylvari.
I'm kind of partial to the Sylvari right now.
I am excited about the Sylvari because it's, in my opinion, one of the more unique races.
Oh, my nature is Asura.
I believe I'll play the Asura.
I'll probably start with an Azura and with a profession that has yet to be named.
Probably going to start with Asura. They seem to have gotten a bad public image so far. A lot of people are complaining about them. I think it's just because they haven't seen them in play. The animation is such a huge component of their personality, but I think they're the ones that really pop out the most as just being unique and fun and different.
We play our games constantly as we're developing them. And the reason we do that is we figure if we've been having fun playing the game for 3 years before the game is released, then we know you're going to have fun as a customer playing the game for years after it's released. We want to build games that have legs, games that are going to stand the test of time, games that people are not going to just buy and play and be done with, but buy and want to be part of the community and just keep playing. And so it's fantastic when you release a game to be able to see people come in and start enjoying what you've been enjoying for the past 3 years and start to be able to see that, all these things we've been doing, players really do love and really do appreciate all the work we've been putting into this game.
All our fans are just clamoring to see something about it and play it. They want to get their hands on it and they want to play it. And everything that we're telling them we're doing in this game, they're all really excited about it. They can't wait to see it. And they just want to see if we're really doing what we claim we are. And we're doing it.
The really unique thing about the development of Guild Wars 2 is we announced the development of Guild Wars 2 before we started working on Guild Wars 2. We figured we owed it to our fans to say, we've decided not to keep making campaigns for Guild Wars 1, but to make a new game that is everything that we want Guild Wars to be. So we just told them straight from the beginning, we're going to have to go away for a while and make this game, and you're not going to hear a lot from us while we're making this game. And so we worked in silence for 2 years, because we wanted to kind of under-promise and over-deliver and wait till we really had something to show before we showed. And so it's so nice now to be able to just kind of open up the floodgates and say, there is so much to Guild Wars 2, and we've been waiting to tell you, and now we can tell you everything there is in this game.